Hey everybody, thanks for logging in for this training. We're going to get started here in a minute. Before we do, I just want to do a sound test to make sure that you can actually hear the music. And if you could, please mute your mic. So to do that, I want to show a video that I just made for our launch party. So enjoy this and I'll see you in about 2 minutes.
Looking up, it can seem so far till you start moving and suddenly there you are. Venture higher, venture higher. We will always ascend, more than you can imagine. Venture higher, venture higher. We won't stop till we get to the top. We're gonna keep climbing till the day that we drop. We're gonna venture higher, venture higher. Come a long way, we've come a long way, but we've got much further to go. We're gonna venture higher, venture higher. When you feel you've had enough, come run with us. We're gonna venture higher, venture higher. We live it, we don't live it. We will always ascend, more than you can imagine. Venture higher, venture higher. We won't stop till we get to the top. We're gonna keep climbing till the day that we drop. We're gonna venture higher, venture higher. Come a long way, we've come a long way, but we've got much further to go. We're gonna venture higher, venture higher. We're on our way, we're on our way. Now's the time, so let's get up and go. We're on fire, we're on fire. Come a long way, we've come a long way, but we've got much further to go. We're gonna venture higher, venture higher. We're on our way, we're on our way. Now's the time, so let's get up and go. We're on fire, we're on fire. Venture higher, venture higher.
Venture higher! I love that climb. I don't know if I could do it, but my goodness, that'd be so awesome to do that. And that's what this is all about, is venturing higher, getting to a place where you have freedom for yourself, for your family, and taking as many people on the journey and elevating their life. So those people that did those climbs, they worked really hard. And in this scenario, in this training, it is literally like working your face off. Now, this expression, working your face off, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but I think I've heard of it a few times. But what really did it for me is this kid right here. This guy's name's Caleb. He's 14. All right. So 2016, you know what his goal is? To make $1 million at 14. And it's not some big bodacious goal that's unattainable for him, because he started a couple of years ago a company for entrepreneurs for kids. And it's getting a lot of traction. And this video was one of the videos that really sparked it for him. And he had said you need to work your face off. It became this buzzword for him. So now he says it all the time. But I want you to see this, because this is a kid who really understands what it takes to get somewhere. And so this has actually inspired this training. So it's about 50 seconds long. So watch this. Maybe I'll... Okay, now do it.
The only thing that works is work. There's no secret formula. There's no magic pill. There's no do this and you have overnight success. No. The only thing that works is work. Realize that you do not deserve what you want. You do not deserve what you desire. You deserve what you do. So start putting in the work and realize that you are too legit to quit. Work your face off.
Work your face off because you are too legit to quit. I love that. So today I want to do part 1 of 3 of Work Your Face Off. Today I want to talk about what does it mean and what comes with doing that. This ad that I put on my Momentum Makers is my new team page. And I love, because in this company we're trying to create momentum, and I love the definition of it. It's the impetus and driving force gained by the development of committed people. And Momentum Makers, the page is just not for anybody. It's for people who really want to create momentum. Be the momentum that you want to create. And so this ad that I put together, Entrepreneurs Wanted, was inspired by a real ad done by a guy who was the person heading up the South Pole expedition. And he was just brutally honest. He put an ad in the paper, and it read something loosely like this. You can Google it if you want to, but it read something loosely like this. Basically, if, long journey, possibility of success, very slim, death, probable, but at the end, it had like one line that said, if success, then fame, right? And he laid out the brutal truth of what was about to happen on this expedition. And you know what the response was? Hundreds, not a few, but hundreds of men responded to that ad. And I think, why they did? Is because we all want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. We want to make a mark on this planet, which I believe God has ordained us to do, is not just take up oxygen. We're supposed to make a mark. And so if you are one of those people watching this, and I think if you're watching it, you have to be, that want to make a mark, then you need to understand that it's going to take a lot of work, and you're going to need to work your face off. So this training is to inspire that and in you and show you what it takes a little bit to get there. So the first thing, let's dig into this. What does it mean, right, to work your face off? Well, there's a couple of things that come to mind, and the first thing is 2 definitions: hustle and grind. You hear a lot of people, I'm hustling, I'm getting it done, or I'm grinding it out, right? Well, what does that really mean? The first thing is the hustle just basically means to flat out work hard, okay? And that is kind of working your face off. You're working diligently, okay? But what does the grind mean? It means doing it when you don't want to do it. That's the grind, the daily grind. But when it comes to entrepreneurism, you're working towards something, but let's be honest, even though you're working towards your dreams to create your own momentum, it's difficult. It's the grind. So those are the 2 things, basically what it means to work your face off, those 2 elements. Now, that's a lot of effort being put out, and you can't literally run full steam all the time. So you need to create some balance. So what about taking breaks? Like when you're going to take a break, what should you do? Well, I love the analogy of a plane taking off. It takes, 100% thrust to get a plane off the ground. But once it's in the air, you don't keep it on full throttle. You throttle back. So here's what I think you should do if you're going to work your face off and you want to create balance. And the first thing, if you're going to work, then work. Put your full throttle down and do the work. Work your face off during the times that you're working, you're hustling, you're grinding. Now, if you're going to take a break, then break. Take a rest. Literally, put your phone away. Put it, rest 100%. I don't know about you, but many times in the past, I have said I'm going to take a break, but then I'm answering a phone call or I'm scrolling through the page on Facebook and see what's going on, and I'm not really resting 100%. So if you're going to rest. If you're going to grind or you're going to hustle, do it. Because doing neither of these or either of them leads to disaster. If you're not doing it 100% one way, then it's going to lead to disaster. So just like that plane, it's going to land, it's going to take off, and it's going to land all right, but it's not going to land well. It's going to be a crash. And so you don't want to do that. You don't want to crash. So remember that. That's going to be important. So here's the thing. When you're hustling and you're grinding, let's just be honest. You're not going to always feel like it. You're not going to. So what do you do when you're trying to create momentum but you don't feel like it? Well, the first thing you need to do is you really need to remember why. Why did you start this thing in the first place? And we talk a lot about it in this company. Your why should make you cry. And it makes you cry because it's the thing that pulls you. A vision should pull you, right? It should pull you towards something. And I like this analogy. I didn't come up with it, but if I put a 30-foot 2x4 on the ground, right? And I asked you to walk across it, you would do it without thinking, like, okay, what's the deal? But if I take that same 30-foot 2x4 and put it up between the Twin Towers, well, they're not there anymore. That's sad. Anyway, between two large buildings, right? And I asked you to walk across those two buildings, and it's hundreds and hundreds of feet in the air. You're going to rethink that thought process because of the fear of failure, which obviously in this case leads to death. Now take that same example and put someone you love on the other side of that 2x4, a child that life is being threatened. Are you going to cross that 30-foot separation on that 2x4? You bet you will, because your why of crossing it is powerful. So when you don't feel like it, you need to remember that why. So here's a couple things to remember. You don't feel your way into the action. You don't just wake up every morning and say, you know what, I really feel like working out today. It's not going to happen. What happens is you actually activate feelings. Feelings follow action. And so if you're waiting to feel better, it's not going to happen. So just do the action and the feelings will follow. You work out, right, to feel better. That's why you do it. You take Protandim, not because you feel anything. You take it because you know that Nerf 2 activation, and soon Nerf 1 activation, is going to help you in the long run. But you don't wake up feeling the need for it. Anyway, I love this quote. This came from Caleb as well. He said, the gun that kills most people is the gunna, right? Well, I'm gonna build my business when this and that happens, or I'm gonna do this in my business when these things subside. Now, life does have its distractions, but putting off your dreams, before you know it, it's going to be a year, 6 months, 2 years, and that gun is going to kill you. So avoid that if you can. I love this quote. One action is better than 1,000 intentions. We all have things we intend to do but never get done. So I like what Eric Worre was just saying a couple of days ago from the point of this webinar, just a few days ago. He was talking about just do one thing. Just take one thing and do it. And once you do that, then build on that. But one action is a lot better than 1,000 intentions. So this is something I put on my page too. Couch potatoes need not apply. Because if you're going to be sitting there and thinking you're going to get your dreams accomplished while you're watching your favorite show, that's not going to happen. To create momentum, you're going to have to get off the couch. So I thought that was kind of a fun little graphic. All right. So in order to work your face off, you need to understand a few things. The mindset behind it, and one of the big things that is going to help you is to limit the time the negative influence of life affect you. And that could be people, which is normally, most often, it's a lot of people. People that don't agree with your vision, right? I mean, why are you doing this? I don't understand. I thought we were going to go out and do this, that, and the other thing. They don't see it. They don't agree with it. They don't see it. In fact, they think that you're crazy. You're in that pyramid scheme. They don't understand. So limit your time with these people because they're going to affect you. And you limit your time around people that don't push you to make you better. It's one of the things I love about this industry is that you can actually be around people that push you to make you better, push you out of your comfort zone, and encourage you to do things differently. These are the kind of people that the negative influences, they get you off track. And here's the thing, it doesn't take a lot to get you off track. And I love the analogy of a plane, taking off, on the West Coast. It's usually off, 80% of the time when it's heading to Hawaii. The wind, the variables, all that kind of stuff, it just takes a little bit. And if you're off by inches in Los Angeles, by the time you reach Hawaii, you could be miles off, and it's just a little bit. So look out for the negative influences and make those course corrections and limit your time with that. Now here's the sad thing, and the brutal truth of it is, a lot of these people are your closest family and friends. They're the people that you care about and you love them and you want to be around them, but they're negative and you have to be afraid of that. So here's my advice to you. Just don't come right out and say, I'm limiting my time with you because you're a negative influence in my life. You need to be creative, and the best way to be creative is how you approach them. The best way to approach them is, I'm busy. I'm getting things done. I know I'm chasing the dream. I'm trying to make this happen. And if you truly are busy, then it's not a lie. It's true. You're chasing the dream. And you're chasing the dream because you want to get something accomplished. You want to create momentum. Love these people. Don't be mean to them, right? Love them, because I think a lot of people just have fear. They've tried a few things and it didn't work. And they're looking to you and seeing, well, if this person gets it done, if you get it done, well, then maybe I can get it done. But they're not going to come right out and say that. So be busy chasing your dream and love these people. And before you know it, they're going to be asking you questions, hopefully, right? So the other thing that you need to do is disassociate yourself. And what does that mean? Well, here's the thing. You can choose to become something bigger, or you can stay where you are. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you have to remember, when people join your business, and a lot of people see it initially, some of them, right? And they want to do this with you. Or you've been talking to somebody who wants to do the business with you, but they're not really sure. Here's the thing. You can't drag people where they don't want to go. All right? It's very, very difficult. I love what Eric Worre said at our last Elite Academy. He said, you can't push a rope, right? I think it was Eric Worre. It might have been somebody else. But anyway, the point is, you can't push a rope. That's not what it's designed for. And so you have to be careful. You have to decide in your mind, do I want to continue to grow, or do I want to stick around these people and try to drag them where they don't want to go? And here's the thing. There's a Facebook page, and it actually is called No Distributor Left Behind. Now, I agree with the thought process that we don't want to leave anybody behind, but this is not the military, right? I was in the Navy, in the military, and you don't leave a soldier behind. You don't leave someone behind. But those people are usually dead, or they can't move themselves. They can't walk, and so you pick them up and carry them. In this business, however, we all have the choice to either move forward or stay. And you can't stay back with them and expect to accomplish things. This is not the military. So no distributor left behind. Not a big fan of that thought process. Here's my question for you. If you, I did it again. If you graduate, where am I? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on a second. All right, here we go. If you graduate the 4th grade, right, are you going to move to the 5th? Well, chances are you will. But what if your good friend wants you to stay in the 4th grade? Are you going to stay there? No, you're going to move forward. And a lot of people in life, they're not ready to move forward. And so you've got to decide, do I want to stay or not? I'm kind of beating the dead horse here, but it's true. I love this graphic. I made it. But we have people like this in our business, don't we? Come on, push me, Rich. I'm waiting. It's Mr. I think I can't. It's the little distributor whose parents did everything for him growing up. He doesn't have enough steam in his own engine to propel him, to move him forward. He's not filled his Y tank, right? And so he doesn't have the momentum. And if you're waiting around with these people hoping they're going to somehow miraculously start doing something, they're probably not going to climb that hill to Pro 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, all the way up. They're not going to do it. Now, you can encourage these people and love them, but you're not going to stick back there and hang out with them if you have a drive to become better, right? So here's my question. Are you forgetting where you came from because you don't want to stay in the 4th grade? Because you want to move to the 5th, 6th, 7th and move your way up and through life? Are you forgetting where you came from? No, you're just growing, you're moving. But there are people in your life that want to stay there. Now here's the thing, those people get bigger and bigger and bigger in their 4th grade desk, right? They choose to stay there and not get bigger. Now, you're not forgetting where you came from. Now here's my second question. Are you arrogant because you moved on and continue to move on and now you're in the 11th grade? And these people are still in the 4th grade eating their milk and cookies? No, you're not arrogant. You don't forget where you came from, but you're growing as a person and they just chose to stay back. So you need to disassociate yourself with people that are not continuing to grow so you can work your face off, so you can create the momentum that you need to get where you need to go. Because these people are doing the same tests. They have the same stinking thinking that got them to the 4th grade, but have not moved them on. Why? I don't know why. I don't know why people do that. Love these people, though, because as they continue to see you grow, keep encouraging. Come on, keep moving forward. But don't stay back. And this is my last one. Don't be careful not to let your compassion for these people keep you personally from growing. That's the thing that you want to remember. It's not about not loving these people. It's about knowing the balance and continuing to grow yourself and not being stuck there. Okay? So people get negative and they go back to their milk and cookies when they see you grow. Don't let that affect you, and you want to disassociate yourself as much as you can. All right, let's move on to some good things. Number one, on the good side, is to expand your association. So you are disassociating and limiting your time with certain people, but to make room to expand your associations and the positive. So the great thing about this business is you can get around positive people. There's a lot of mentors and stuff around you, but it's not as easy as you think, right? Because here's the thing I would ask you. There's a lot of great people like Carrie Dickey, who just wrote an amazing book. She's probably not going to invite you to her house to spend the weekend with her and hang out. Why? Well, because she's got a lot of people vying for attention. But you know what you can do to expand those associations? Read her book. She just wrote it. It's an amazing book. You want to read that. You want to listen to the pro audios. You want to listen to people like Jim Rohn and Eric Worre. These people you don't know personally, but you can dip into their thinking and expand your mind and your thought process by getting all of that in you. And here's the thing. If you continue to do that and you move forward, things will change for you. And I'll get into that here in a second. So, oh my gosh, I keep doing that. So you're the sum total of the 5 people that you hang around. Remember that. And here's the thing. The reason why people don't want to hang out with lots of people that are not at their level is because you're going to bring their average down. Now, they may not say that, and maybe they don't even consciously think that, but here's the thing. If you're the sum total of the 5 people and you're not that kind of thinking, you're going to bring their average down. So you can continue to grow yourself as a person through all those sources I just mentioned, like pro audios and stuff, and grow your mind. And here's the thing. As you prove yourself and you move yourself up into the company, you're going to find more and more opportunities to open up to you. So here's an analogy I have for you. My wife, she loves the Portland Trailblazers. We used to live in Portland, and we went to their games and stuff. But here's the thing. I love to play basketball. In fact, last night, I was playing basketball till almost midnight. It was like 11:50 when we left. And I'm tired and sore today. But even though I love basketball and I'm passionate about it, let me give you a synopsis, okay? What if I had a good friend on the Portland Trailblazers, and for some reason, they decided to say, well, let Rich play. He loves basketball. He's passionate about it. Let's let him play on the NBA. And I got them to let me be on the starting 5. Here's the question. Would they win a single game? Probably not. Probably not. And here's the reason why. My skill level of those 5 players I'm number 5. I've brought their whole team down because of my association. And I'm the weak man on the team. They're not going to win. And so that's the thing you need to remember. Your 5 need to be strong people, but they can't be overly strong, or you have to earn your way. Now, I'm too old to be able to play in the NBA, and I probably never could have, even if I was started back at 18. But here's the thing. I would have to slowly earn my way up. I'd have to play in some small leagues, prove myself, working. That's just the way it works. So here's the thing. You can work your face off in this company and prove your way. And this is what I love about the industry. It's not like basketball, right? You don't have to be 6'5" to make it. If network marketing doesn't care if you're black, white, red, purple, it doesn't care if you're fat or skinny. What it rewards is people who put in the work. They work their face off. They create the momentum. They are momentum makers. And here's the thing. You can prove yourself and grow and expand your horizons. And if you put the effort in, you're going to find more and more opportunities that open up to you. So work your face off, because it's worth it. It's totally worth it. So I want to thank you guys for taking time to watch this training. If you're watching this and you've got to this point, then you're not a crybaby. You're definitely someone who wants to be a momentum maker and creates a difference in life and in your business. And I want to encourage you to keep watching our trainings. They're going to be every Tuesday at 8:30 Mountain Standard Time, Idaho time. And except for May 17th, 2016, because we are launching a brand new product called Nerf One in LifeVantage. So thank you for taking time to watch us. Remember, be a momentum maker and go work your face off. I'll see you later.